Ty, you said, is that your question? You said somebody was cheating on you for 7 months? Damn, bro. Talk to me about that. Talk to me about that. What's your question? Talk to me about that. What's your question from that? Yeah, 7 months is wild, bro. How did you find out about that, Ty? How did you find out you was being cheated on, and like, do you have a question for me? You said, should I let her go or attempt to reconnect? Um, if I'm gonna be honest with you, man, I done been on the wrong side of that too. Shit, where I made a mistake, you know, to a very, very special woman in my life. You know what I'm saying? Um, and we was able to figure it out. But I think you got to ask yourself a couple of questions before you just decide to take this person back. Uh, well, number one, do you really love them, and do they really love you? Um, was this a one-time thing, or is this a reoccurring habit that they have? Are you able to truly forgive them, or are you going to be holding on to that grudge so hard to where you could never love them the same? Because I think that if you have a grudge in this situation with them, it's going to be really, really hard to have a healthy relationship. Because every time you look around, that thought going to be in the back of your head, or you're going to find yourself still being petty. You're going to find yourself being spiteful. You know what I'm saying? Who wants to be in anything like that? If you got to do all of that and have it be in this toxic environment, you might as well move on. You know what I'm saying? So I think you got to answer those couple of questions if you're talking about staying with a person that's cheated on you for multiple months or cheated on you, period. Can we move past this? Can I see myself eventually being happy, healthy, and whole with this person and moving past how they made me feel? Can I openly talk to this person about how they made me feel and they receive it in such a way to where they want to be better and they want to improve on the mistake that they made and not let it happen again? Am I able to express to them how it made me feel and they receive it and respect it and help me understand why they felt like they needed to do it in the first place? Because a lot of times there is a reason why people cheat. It might not necessarily be you, but there's a reason. Then again, it might be something they felt like you weren't doing enough of or weren't doing well or weren't, you know what I'm saying? And then also sometimes we got to be willing to say, all right, what can I do better? What can I do to improve on that? Because that's a lot of times of what we don't want to do. We think that motherfuckers are just being grimy towards us, but maybe something has been missing in that relationship between y'all for 7 months. And I'm not saying it is, Ty. Right? I'm not pointing a finger at you. But maybe they feel like something has been missing for 7 months between y'all. And maybe they challenge you to do something a little bit better to where they can feel a little bit better loved or they can feel a little bit better whole or whatever the case may be. You dig what I'm saying? And then, man, you'll look up and realize if I do my part and she does my part, then we don't really got to worry about that. But again, if a motherfucker out here just cheating to be cheating and they just want to just get their rocks off, be careful with that shit, man. Because then it turns into this toxic situation and now you in something that you didn't even want to be in when all you really wanted was love. You feel what I'm saying? So hopefully that answered your question, bro. I don't want to ramble on that too long or have your business all out there, you know what I'm saying? But hopefully that made sense what I'm talking about when you talk about somebody cheating on you like that. Because I know that ain't no easy thing to deal with, especially when, I know that ain't when y'all been together probably for a long time.